What's going on, guys? PlotArmorCards in the house, and before we get started, I'm just a little bit absolutely fucking sick. Holy shit, it hurts to exist right now. But the show must go on, so I have to test out this new archetype that's going to be coming out soon, the Mysterune archetype. I know I could have done this earlier, but I am now just starting to get into a lot of these archetype testings and whatnot, and this is definitely an interesting one to test out. So before we get started, let's just take a look at the extra deck here, or not the extra deck, the entire deck plus the extra deck. So starting off, obviously, you got to use the field spell Spring of Mysterune. This is necessary because it lets you recycle your cards. Plus, it lets you activate quick play cards from your hand. So I think that works pretty well. Next, of course, you need Terraforming. I'm running 3 copies of Deceit of Mysterune. Each time a quick play spell is activated, banish the top card of your opponent's deck. It works really, really well just to help mill additional cards. Next, Mysterune of Destruction. Activate one of these effects, skip your next battle phase. You can either target a spell or trap your opponent controller, destroy it, then banish the top 4 cards of their deck, or you could special summon a Mysterune monster from your extra deck. And the thing is, all of them will go to the extra monster zone, so you honestly could only have one on the field at a time, so that's kind of a problem, but I think it's not too bad. Next, we got Mysterune of Dispel. You can either your opponent adds cards from their deck to their hand, except if their opponent adds cards from the deck to their hand, except during the draw phase, discard random cards from their hand, then banish the top 2 from the deck, or you can special summon a Mysterune monster. Next, we got Mysterune of Slumber, which either allows you to target a face-up monster on the field, apply this effect, banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, and then this turn the opponent cannot attack. And the next time it would be destroyed by battle or card effect, it is not destroyed, which is actually useful to use on your own Mysterune extra deck monsters. It works really well. Or you can special summon a monster from the extra deck. This one allows you to target an opponent's special summon monster, destroy it, and then banish the top 2 cards of their deck. This card is pretty good, honestly, just to remove certain cards off the field. And then secondly, or you can special summon a Mysterune extra deck monster. I believe all of them have that effect, so I'm just going to start skipping that part. This one allows you to target effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects, and then banish the top 3, or you already know the second one. This one allows your opponent to draw 1 card, then banish the top 4 cards of their deck, which is not bad. Or you can use a secondary effect. Mysterune of the Raging Storm allows you to banish cards from the top of your opponent's deck up to the number of cards they control, which honestly can be really, really handy at certain points, since it is quick play, and then this allows you to summon it straight from, or use it straight from your hand. So I think it works really, really well in certain situations. Point of the Mysterune. This allows you to add a Mysterune card from your deck to your hand, and then banish the top card of your opponent's deck. This for sure is the best searcher in the entire deck. You need 3 of these for sure. Next, after this is just kind of stuff I'm experimenting with. Obviously, the last cards here you don't really have to use in your deck if you don't want to, but it's just things I'm trying out. So 1 copy of Upstart Goblin definitely helps to have some draw power. 2 copies of Inferno Tempest. If you take 3,000 or more battle damage from 1 attack, you can activate this card. Remove all monsters in each player's deck and graveyard from play. That's like 3 cards for me, and most of the time it will completely shut down my opponent. So that's pretty good. And then 1 Day of Peace, which is pretty good. It just helps you draw, and then neither player takes battle damage until the end of the opponent's next turn. So it leaves you with some protection. Additionally, I'm running 2 Raigekis. Sometimes my opponent will have some cards on the field that are annoying that I kind of want to get rid of, so Raigekis are kind of useful. And then Swift Scarecrow for direct attacks, so the only monster that I'm going to be using in this main deck at least. And then for the extra deck, 3 copies of Jerry, my boy Jerry. And then we got Moonin, and then we got 3 copies of Huggin, and I believe those are the only 3 extra deck monsters for this archetype that we know of for now. However, I'm sure that'll change in the future. Before we get started, though, if you guys like what you see, don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. And as well as if you have any suggestions for improvements of this deck, obviously this is like one of my first times trying this archetype, so I don't have everything down perfect. I'd love to hear some suggestions for improvement. If there's certain cards that you know that would improve my experience or even anyone else's experience, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. But let's go ahead and get started with some duels, guys. Alright, guys. Looks like I'll be going second. I drew a Raigeki, which is always good, going second. Upstart Goblin, nice. Mysterune of the Brilliant Flame, Inferno Tempest, and Deceit of the Mysterune. Interesting. So he is going to be using somewhat of, okay, this is branded, so he's going to be using somewhat of a branded Albaz invoked type deck, which is really interesting to see. I just don't know how useful my cards will be against it, so that's definitely something we're going to have to test right off the bat. Holy crap, Brand Infusion. Here it comes the tomfoolery. And I'm curious to see what he'll summon. Because as far as I know, they still... Yeah, there's nothing he can summon that at least gives him protection if I destroy all his clones using Raigeki. He can't use that one Aliester fusion monster. But I don't know if he'll get that out this turn. But obviously he probably will if he has Aliester sitting there in attack mode. He has some plan with it. So Mirror Jade, the Ice Blade Dragon, and then he added Dramaturgia Despia, I believe that was, and then another Fallen of Albaz. And in his grave, he used a Despian Tragedy, I guess, to do that. And now he's gonna use Mask Change 2. Target one face-up monster you control level of the graveyard. Also, interesting. Interesting. I have not seen that combo before. That's definitely interesting. However, it doesn't really affect me, so I don't really care. I can get rid of his card still. I expected him to go a completely different route than he just did. That was like a complete... he swerved left on me. Alright, so as he's doing that, I have to configure my strategy, and this will entirely depend on if I can get lucky and draw the field spell or not. And I don't know. I don't think he has an Ash Blossom in his hand, so I should be fine there. So starting off the bat, you bet your ass I'm going to be Raigeki-ing this guy for sure. And I'm curious to see if he has something that has the ability to negate that. And 1% quick effect, send one that mentioned banish one monster in the field. Okay, interesting. So let's see. So yep, all his stuff goes. But he sent one from the extra. Okay, so I guess his plan was just dump one in the extra, because I know some of them have effects from the grave. And then I will play Upstart Goblin. That allows me to add point on the Mysterune. I can add one Mysterune card from my deck to my hand, except the point of Mysterune. So I am going to be adding the field spell. If that is an option. Yeah, it is an option. Sweet. Alright. So I will be adding the field spell here. Then I can activate it. Then I'm going to activate the Seed of Mysterune. Oh, I didn't realize I had that. I should have played that before I used the field spell, huh? Or played that before I used point of the Mysterune. Then I can activate this. That allows me to special summon one straight from the deck. And I can target one Mysterune spell in my graveyard, except a quick play spell added to my hand. Or I can just go for a little bit more defense. Whatever I'm pretty sure I summon is going to get destroyed anyway, because of his card that was sent to the grave. Activate a card, 2 card. No, I will do nothing. Then I can set the... what does this do? Your opponent adds cards from deck to that. Okay. But I will set Inferno Tempest, because that can be very useful. And now we both have 9,000, so not bad. We're still kind of tied. I ain't tripping. And I think his card is going to let him destroy all monsters my opponent... yep, all monsters I control. And now he's going to use his stupid thing that allows me to use my stupid thing. I'm just going to summon another one. Might as well. And one of his cards will be banished, hopefully, from the top of his deck, right? And now I'm going to activate my Spring of the Mysterune, adding all 3. And using that to replenish my hand, which is nice. And now he's going to be popping off his combos. I can activate a card in response. Banish cards up to the number of cards they control. Okay, so I gotta wait a little bit for that. And this one is target one effect monster, negate its effects. Okay, and then banish 3 off the top of their deck. So that'll be interesting. I'm just waiting for him to attack me with 3,000 or more, so I can just banish all his monsters. Because this is a level of trolling that I would aspire to be with. So this is gonna be interesting, because I got another Raigeki as well. Okay, he's gonna be using Aliester the Invoker. I can negate its effects. I'm going to negate its effects right away. I'm not going to change anything yet. Activate another... no, I will wait. What else do I have? Okay, it's just this thing. So I'm gonna see if he can summon a bunch of things, and then based on that, I will use this or not. But it may be better for me to use it anyway, just in case I draw another one, because I'll be screwed. Okay, Brandon Fusion, there we go. So he's going to be doing something or other. And so he's probably going to send where is that thing? Did I already banish it? Right here. Despian Tragedy is actually a good one, because if he sends that with pretty much anything, it allows him to special summon. So Though, yeah, sorry, it allows him to add a Despian monster to his hand, so that's probably what we're going to be seeing with that. And now this thing allows him to add, I think, an Outfall of Abas to his hand, or one monster that mentions it, so it gives him a lot of workaround. So even if I manage to negate or do anything, it's an interesting concept for him. But he only has 24 left in his deck, and I still have 32. I still have a Raigeki, so whatever he does next turn, I think I'll be fine. I'm just kind of hoping that he uses his a monster with 3,000 or more attack, because I'm trying to activate my Infernal Tempest, which is kind of interesting. This is something I might want to side deck depending on how more of these duels go. I think most people, I do have monsters with 3,000 or more attack, but I'm just trying to be careful because sometimes people don't. Like, there's a lot of decks that won't be in that situation, and so you kind of be screwed. And it's just something to think about. But this guy is going to be popping off even more combos. Quick effect, send one fusion monster from your extra deck dimensions, and then banish one monster on the field. Okay. So he's going to be using its effect, I assume. Yep. Okay, so he's going to be... And then as he goes into his battle phase, I'll at least know that he won't be summoning or doing any more tomfoolery, so then I can use Mysterune of Raging Storm. And, of course, he's going to go into Invocation. And I don't want him to bring out that thing that negates my effects anyway, so I'm going to use this now. 6. Banish 6 cards from the top of his deck. Oh, nice. He had another copy of Mass Change too. He's using the Light Hex Sealed Fusion. I never got around to putting that in my extra deck, or in my Albaz deck. I don't know how useful that is, so if you guys can let me know how that works. I know it takes the place of one monster, right? One of the monsters. Oh, shit. It should be banished now. Substitute this card for any one fusion material monster. Okay, yeah, so I guess you could use it for a Fallen of Elbaz. That's interesting. And we are waiting for him to pop. Okay, he's just going for his entire hand. Okay, he just goes for Mud Dragon in the swamp. All right. I expected him to go for a lot worse. I'm not going to lie. And then Dramaturge Despia comes back. Okay, so I see what he's doing. And he has 18, so if I can manage to survive, which I doubt I will, because Inferno Tempest doesn't technically negate. What is this tomfoolery? What is he doing? Hurry up and declare. There we go. There we go. Declare an attack. Now I will use my Inferno Tempest, banishing everything pretty much except for 11 of his cards. Now he got 10. So if I survive this, I should be good because I got a Raigeki. So if I can survive, I have 4,000 left. Come on. Let me live. Okay, end your turn. End your turn. End your turn. End your turn. Yes! I'm alive at 100. Yes! Okay, this is kind of perfect. This is kind of... Hold up. What does this thing do again? Your opponent cannot target this card or monsters with the same... Okay, I'm not targeting, so I think we should be fine. Holy crap. He should be out of monsters, too. He commented, wow. Look down here and said, wow. All right, that should be fun. He's done. If I win this with 100, what does this do? Your opponent draws one card, banish the next 4, or it can special summon a Mysterune monster. I think I'm going to need some protection, honestly. So I'm going to special summon a Mysterune monster, which is actually, now that I think about it, he's going to destroy it anyway next turn. So it kind of might have backfired there. I could have just banished some of his cards. Let's just go for this, since it's going to get destroyed anyway. And now I can use this thing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That allows me to add them to my hand. And now watch him take the L, because I have a lot of options now. He quit. All right, guys. Looks like he's going to be going first this time. I think that first duel alone proves that this deck definitely has potential. So let's see what I drew. So starting off, Mysterune of the Freezing Curse, Mysterune of Dispel, Mysterune of the Golden Droplets, and Mysterune of Slumber. And then obviously Swift Scarecrow is very, very useful in this deck. Can stop direct attacks and end battle phases. So it's pretty useful. Let's see. So this one, target an effect monster, negate its effects. This one is adds a card from the deck to his hand. Looks like he's going to be using some sort of blue eyes deck based on Dragon Shrine here. Special summon one Mysterune monster or draw one. Your opponent draws one card and banish 4. And then I can do target one face-up monster on the field, banish the top 3. Once it cannot attack, next time it's destroyed by battle card effect, it is not destroyed. So this could be useful on my own monster. So it probably will be doing that to give it just a little bit of extra protection. Hopefully I draw a way to get into the field spell at least, because that would be very useful. And yep, I was right. He's going to go into Blue Eyes, and he's going to summon another White Stone of Ancients after dumping a White Stone of Ancients. I'm pretty sure it's a once per turn thing, so I'm not quite sure why he's using both of them like that, unless he has no other option, of course. So that's different. And so he is going to be using it to summon a Blue Eyes monster, and don't know which one he's going to be summoning. Maybe Jet Dragon. I don't know if he is even using Jet Dragon. And since the new support has come out, honestly, I love my Blue Eyes deck. The fusion variation of, oh, okay, Abyss, I forgot this even exists. Deep of Blue Eyes. Or is it Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon? Whichever one it is. I didn't pay for this because it was super expensive. You can add one ritual spell, one polymerization from your deck to your hand, so he's probably going to be adding a ritual. So did he even do that? I don't know what the hell this guy's doing. Alright, and then he sets 2, so he seems to have some form of defenses. So hopefully he doesn't have something like a Mystical Space Typhoon if I draw the field spell. That would suck. And now he's going to use the effect of his White Stone of Ancients, which allows him to search and special summon a Blue Eyes monster. Yep, and he goes for Jet Dragon. I frickin' called it. He's eventually going to do it. He has 2 level 8s on the field. He has 14 cards in his extra deck instead of 15. And I only have 9. So honestly, this deck is kind of fun to troll with. Another Jet Dragon, goddamn. So they both do work at the same time. You can only use this effect of the White Stone of Ancients once per turn. Okay, so I guess it's not hard once per turn. Maybe I read that wrong. So now he has that in his hand. Okay, I drew point of Mysterune. Perfect. So he doesn't have a counter for it, which I don't think he does because he just showed me his card in his hand. It wasn't an Ash Blossom. I should be able to search my field spell. Then I can banish the top card of this guy's deck. And then I still have Swift Scarecrow. If he tries to attack, I'm going to use this in order to search my field spell. And please don't have a counter. He might have like a quick play spell card or trap card there. I'm kind of worried, honestly, that he has Mystical Space Typhoon, so I don't know if I want to play the field spell, but I kind of have to go for it because the field spell breaks this deck. So I am going to say no to that, and then I'm going to add the field spell. And then this gets banished, Melody of Awakening Dragon. That would have been very useful for him. And then, because then he could have used this to banish that, or destroy that to add Blue Eyes White, Blue Eyes Alternative White. Then he could have banished the White Stone of Ancients to add the one he just discarded, which was another Blue Eyes Alternative White, which would have been a useful combo, I guess. However, he won't be doing it anymore. So I swear to God, this guy hasn't answered. Nope, he has nothing. He has nothing. Alright. Target one effect monster your opponent negate its effects until banish the top 3 of their deck. Alright, activate. Your effects are negated, buddy. Even though you have 2 on the field. So it means nothing to me at this point. And let's see if he has a response. Please don't have a response. That's all I'm saying. But it's saying waiting for a response, so maybe he has a quick effect. No, I don't think any of these monsters has a quick effect. So it has to be one of his spells or traps. Alright, so I'm not going to activate a field spell just yet. Kind of worried that he used this, so if I summon a monster in defense mode, Chaos Max has potential to end it there. Your opponent draws 1 card to banish top 4. I'll give him that. This one, your opponent adds card to the hand. Discard 1. Okay, so I'm going to use this special summon my Mysterune monster. And then I will combo it with this. It should be interesting. No, not yet. That was 2, right? Okay, so I got 3 in there already, actually. Maybe I should have used it. Then I will activate this one. which in turn is going to allow me to special summon a monster. So hopefully this won't be a problem. Come on. Come on. Why the hell you take so long if you have no response? What kind of tomfoolery is this? Alright, so I can special summon this one probably. Alright, I'm gonna use this thing. And then I will use this thing. I will add this to my hand. Or shuffle it back to the bottom of the deck. I can then use this thing too. I can discard a card, add one to Mysterune continuous spell, which probably is a little bit better if I'm being honest. So I'm going to use this thing's effect. I will discard this, and I will add my continuous spell. I kind of wanted to use Slumber as well, just for protection of my monster, but I also have Swift Scarecrow, so I don't really care as much. That allows me to add 3 to my hand. Nice. I don't remember. All these kind of look. They don't look the same, but they kind of have like similar art styles, so I always have to read what they're freaking called to remember if I use them already. But I'm still waiting for my opponent. I don't know what this guy's up to, but don't know if he has a response to anything I'm doing. But it's tomfoolery regardless. So I am going to activate this. Maybe I should have used that to begin with, because then he would have had to mill more monsters. Oh well, beginner's mistakes. But yeah, I probably should have used that to begin with to summon this, to add this to my hand, or to play this. And that would have been better. That would have been way better. So I can set this, I can activate this, or I can set that. Alright. Let's just activate this, because he has too many spells and traps, and it's pissing me off. And he has a bunch of cards in the banish zone. Oh, he's using Danger Bigfoot in this deck? Interesting. This is quite the interesting variation. So let's see what his response is, because it's waiting for the opponent. And anytime now. Alright. Tomfoolery. Tomfoolery ensues. Alright, I'm just going to end my phase here. Nice. And I'm going to gain an extra 1,000 life points at the end of this. So he's going to be using target one blue monster you control this turn is unaffected by card effects except its own. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay, interesting. So I should still be able to use Swift Scarecrow, assuming he doesn't. Hopefully, he doesn't attack with this thing first. That's all I'm saying. If he attacks with this thing first, then the Swift Scarecrow won't work on it, but I can use it on other monsters. So if he uses this thing to attack first, then I should be fine. However, I got a bunch of stuff in my hand, so negate its effects until the end of the turn, then manage to top 3 of their deck. Of course, I'm going to do that right away. Alright, he's helping me. He's helping mill his deck, so. Hold up. I'm going to wait, because who knows what the hell he's going to end up summoning, so I might need to negate something else. So he has a bunch of stuff in his grave. And how about that? And all that stuff is banished. And he's using. Hold up. He's using Maiden with Eyes of Blue. I don't know why he's using Maiden with Eyes of Blue, but okay. I'm going to chain this with that. Negate its effects and then banish the top. No, I thought it was the one. See, I always get confused with them. I thought it was the one that when your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, you can use it. Yeah, it is. Except during the draw phase, discard one random card. So I thought its effect would be activated, but it didn't. So, alright, so if he does that, I'm immediately going to chain this effect, this to my back, shuffle him back in, and then I can draw a bunch more cards, and now I have a bunch more combos to use. So I'm chilling. This field spell single-handedly makes the power of this deck insanely powerful. Like, holy crap! By itself, this card it literally undoes all the bad things about this deck. But I feel like if you don't draw this card, or you don't have this card activated in some way, shape, or form, then you're kind of screwed. Because then you run out of cards so quick from your hand, you have no way to recycle cards. So let's see what this guy's gonna do. He only has 11 cards left. And I still have 32. And I still have a way to negate his direct attack, which works really well. Holy crap, he just summoned that. So he's probably going to destroy my monster, which would be interesting. Does it only destroy monsters? I don't remember. You can target one monster your opponent controls. Yes, monster. 3 effects. I can do this one. Target one spell or trap, destroy it. Hell yes. For now, that'll be destroyed. And let me see if it does anything else. And I do believe I can use the other 2 here too. Banish cards up to the number of monsters they can. Oh, hell yeah. I'll be using this immediately. Banish 6 right off the top of his deck. And lastly, I can use this thing right away. So I will destroy this. Oh, I need a Raigeki. Interesting. He's a man of class, man of culture as well. He's using a Raigeki just like me. What was he gonna do with Super Poly? Well, this is like a generic Super Poly target, but I'm still curious as to what that could have been. And now I have Mysterune of Dispel still. If he adds a card from his deck to his hand, which he did do earlier, but given the fact that he only has 2 cards left, I don't think he'll be doing any more. So this card is probably going to be dead in my hand, meaning it can be used as discard fodder if I go into another fusion summon. Or I can just use a second effect to just special summon a Mysterune monster. So, anytime now, this guy has to be thinking about this kind of crazily right now. He only got 70 seconds left. All right, there we go. He's going to go into his battle phase. So when he destroys my monster, I can do 2 things. I can either use this to bring back another one, which is not really smart because it'll be destroyed right away, or I can use Swift Scarecrow to just end his shit. And then main phase 2, I can use this thing to special summon. All right, so we're going to use Swift Scarecrow. I'm going to let him go to his main phase 2, and now if I have the ability to activate this, I will use it in order to special summon my monster. And then I'll be set. So, anytime now. Actually, maybe I should wait till next turn, just in case. Yep, that was good. Because then I could use this to recycle my cards in the grave. Yep, that was probably better. It's probably for the best. Alright, so regardless of what happens, he can't hurt me next turn. So I'll be fine. Unless he has a way to counter it, which I doubt. This man takes too long to think. You don't have to think to lose. Come on. Okay, my turn. I am gonna... Okay, nice. Swift Scarecrow. This guy's screwed. Holy crap. Alright, let's activate this. That allows me to summon one of my extra deck cards. You don't have a response. You haven't had a response all game. Why are you taking so long? Alright, we're just gonna go into... do I have a Mysterune spell that isn't a quick play? I don't think so. So we're just going to this. And we're gonna use this. Recycle 2, 3. Nope, I don't have no need for Moonin's effect right now. But those 3 will be recycled. And now I can, I think, draw 3, right? Holy crap, this guy's screwed. Yep, he's out of a deck. I can just end my turn now, right? And win, technically. Oh, he has more banished cards now than he has in his graveyard and everything. I can use these, I guess, but I don't really need to. Technically, I can't because it says I can only set them. Now, I'll be ending with 10,000 life points, thanks to my card. And now it is his turn, and he's run out of cards to draw. Alright, guys, last turn. Seems like I'm going to be going first, but I already drew this and this, so I think I should be good. No, I'm not going to do anything yet. Then I can activate this. Nothing yet. What's this? Target one effect monster your opponent controls negate its effects. That will be useful next turn. Your opponent draws one card, banish your top 4 from their deck, and this one would destroy a spell or trap. Alright, so I'm going to activate this just to get this out for protection purposes. I'm not going to do anything else with it, though. He has to banish from X. What the hell? Alright, this is going to be weird. Alright, I'm going to let him draw a card just so he can banish 4. And yeah, this is a really weird deck. From here, I am going to activate this. That allows me to shuffle both of these in and draw 2. And I can use none of them. Nice. Okay, so I will end. Therefore, gaining 1,000. And this has to be the most vanilla, old school deck I've ever seen. Has to be an older player, probably hasn't played in a while, or he's just trying to have some fun. But that's not what Mysterunes is about. You're not allowed to have fun against Mysterunes. You're about to lose, my guy. Let's see. Okay, I was about to say, if that's a Harpy's Feather Duster, then maybe I lose. But nope, doesn't work. I will let him destroy my monster because that's fine with me. He's going to set one, which I wouldn't be surprised is another Mirror Force. He's going to go for this thing, Axe Dragonote. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I have a bunch of combos to do. Firstly, special summon a Mysterune. Activate one card. It's not for now. We're gonna go back into this, so we're tied again, and then I'm gonna activate not one of these. Then I can activate this. Banish 2 from top of his deck. Oh, his Harpy Feather Duster is gone. Okay, I'm golden now. I am golden. That allows me to draw 2. Oh, nice. A terraforming plus a second copy of the field spell. So even if the field spell gets destroyed, I'm pretty comfortable with what I got. Wow, that one play was the most clutch thing I've ever seen. And I believe after attacking, his thing goes to defense mode. Yeah, it goes to defense mode. I don't know, but he could have just resended the attack. So, okay, there we go. Now he goes into Mystical Space Typhoon. I can go into this, which negates it. And now I have some combos. So I'm going to activate my terraforming, might as well. Add my final copy of my field spell to my hand. Then we're going to activate this. Target a spell and trap my opponent controls, destroy it, then banish the top 4 from their deck. And this guy's running an insane amount of cards, so this is going to be a test. I just noticed that. So Magical Cylinder goes, and all his cards will activate. Can I use this? Target 1 effect, negate its effect. Okay, yeah, I can still use this. No, I'm not going to be using anything yet. I'm going to activate this, special summon a Mysterune. This is the last one that I have of this one. I'm going to activate this, adding both of these back. Shuffling both of these. Oh, nice. 2 copies of Pointed Mysterune. Now I can... where's the one that lets me destroy? Target 1 opponent special summon monster, destroy it, then banish the top 2 cards of their deck. Pretty sure that was normal summon, so it's not going to work. Let's see. If your opponent adds cards, he's not doing that, let's be honest. Well, I guess he just shuffled his cards in and added them all to his hand earlier, right? Apply this effect, banish top 3, then your opponent's monster... Oh, right here. Right here. I can use this as well, which I will use immediately. And then now Pointed Mysterune and these other ones, I will wait. Maybe I should have used this thing's effect. I could have destroyed one of the Spring of Mysterunes in order to add... What is it? What does it do? Continuous spell. Okay, so that would have been useless too. So, never mind. So, I think I'm fine with what I got so far. So, now I've milled him to an appropriate amount of cards. He was using an insane amount of cards before. And he's just going to end. So, this thing's effect is going to activate. And this thing's effect is going to activate. So, I'm going to use this. Negate its effects and then banish top 3. Might as well. And then I can activate this, which allows me to shuffle these and draw 3 more. It's kind of busted. Yeah, I think I'm set, guys. I think I'm pretty set. All right. So I am going to activate this. Let him draw a card. Banish 4. Oh, yet another MST. Nice. I can activate this if I want, but I'm not going to do it yet. Then I will activate this. Therefore, negating his effect monster's effect. And he had Red Eyes. Interesting. This is a weird combo. Weird combo of a deck. Can I do anything else? He's not doing this. This stuff is just mostly for protection. Should have used this when I had the chance. Could have popped off more combos, but I think I'm fine. I only had 2 quick play spells in the grave anyway, so didn't know how that was going to end up being. He has 12 cards in his extra deck, so he hasn't pulled out really any of them. Morphic Jar. Interesting.
Interesting. That puts a twist on it. He kind of screwed himself over, actually. That just milled his deck even faster. I just pretty much do the same cards that I discarded, so I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping too bad. What? Okay. Okay. Yeah, this guy's just having fun. This is not meant to be like a meta deck in any way, shape, or form. What do we got here? Target a spell or trap my opponent controls, destroy it. Alright, let's just get rid of that tomfoolery there. Then I can use this one as well. Target one effect monster and negate its effects, then banish the top 3. Fine, that'll be negated. And then I have the potential for this one. Special summon monster, destroy it. Oh shit. That's gonna undo some of my other card, isn't it? And then this thing's effect is gonna activate banish. This thing's gonna activate banish. And this thing's gonna activate target 3 Mysterunes. 1, 2, 3. And now I can add up to 3. And he has 3 cards left. So next turn, he's kind of screwed. Let's see how this goes. So, and he surrendered. All right, guys. But anyways, guys, I really, really like this deck. I'm not going to lie. The extra support cards I kind of just threw in there at the end, like the ones I was talking about in the beginning. I kind of threw in there because I thought they would work really well. Because I felt like they had some synergy with this deck. But they actually ended up working really, really well, in my opinion. They've come in really clutch in a lot of different duels. But I definitely like what this deck brings to the table. I think it's fun. My brother tries to use an Exodia deck. You bet your ass I'm going to pull this out in the future. But anyway, guys, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is PlotArmorCards signing out for the day. And oh my goodness, look at the time.
It's time to do